Hello, viewers. I want to play a game. For years you've been watching my videos, but it's become apparent that none of you watch the whole video in its entirety. Some of you like to pause and come back to it later. Others like to skip around, only watching bits and pieces. Some of you don't even watch the video at all. Well, that all ends tonight. For you see, the following video is linked directly to your heartbeat. And if you do not follow these very simple rules, you will die instantly. These very simple rules are that you must watch this whole video in its entirety without pausing or skipping around. Live or die, viewers. Make your choice. Let the games begin. What's good, y'all? And welcome back to a brand new movie review. This time for the latest installment in the Saw franchise, Jigsaw. And by the way, what do you guys think of my Jigsaw impression from the beginning of this review, telling you to watch this whole video entirely, or else you will die? I think I did a pretty good job with that impression, but anyway, let's talk about Jigsaw. So, Jigsaw is the 8th movie in the Saw franchise, meaning that it's now tied with Star Wars and the Fast and Furious series. This movie is directed by Michael and Peter Spear? I believe they pronounce it Spear. The cast includes Lauren Van Voort, Matt Pansmore, Madeline Van Peverzak, and many others. I'm gonna stop trying to butcher these names. And so, the story of Jigsaw is that this is 10 years since John Kramer died. There have been some bodies that have been found that link to the that are linked directly to the Jigsaw murder, but it can't be Jigsaw since he's been dead for over 10 years. So the cops investigate whether or not this is the copycat. Is John Kramer back? Is he still alive? And then we also have, of course, the game that the victims of this movie have to go through because Jigsaw, his rehabilitation, blah blah. You guys already know what the Saw franchise is about. I mean, I don't need to explain it to you guys. But yeah, so the cast, like I just said, with all those names, the cast overall was fine. There was no really epic or amazing performances. The whole cast, the performances were more or less meh. That's like my one flaw with this movie. Is that the performances, like I said, were just meh. Just meh. But let's talk about the real reason why we all come to these Saw movies, is the traps. I can definitely say these are probably some of the tamest traps in the Saw franchise. They're not as gory as we've seen in other movies, like the rack in Saw 3, or the acid one in Saw 6, where you just see his body just dissolve with the acid, just see his legs just plop down to the floor. Yeah, it's nowhere near as graphic. I think there is definitely a very graphic. Now, don't get me wrong; they're not complete censored. They are still graphic, but not as graphic as we've seen in other Saw movies. There is one really graphic one around the end of the movie, let's talk about this. If there's one thing besides the trap that I love about these movies, is the writing. Most importantly, them twist endings. Because each Saw has had amazing twist endings. Saw 1s, Saw 2s, 3s, 5s, 4s, 7s, and now this movie. I would say that this movie is one of the best twist endings in the franchise. I did not see this twist coming at all. I was like, when I saw that music, I was like, oh yes, give me the twist ending. Oh, it's like watching an M. Night Shyamalan movie. We're always surprised by the twist. Saw, you are back and you are glorious. That twist. I'm not gonna spoil it. I will not spoil the twist for you guys. But it is like that twist is Saw 1 and 2 good. It was just mwah, mwah. Mwah! Just magnifique. Like I said, guys, I love that twist. Anyways, mwah. That's one thing I love about this. And the soundtrack for this movie was also really good as well. And So right, and so far, so like I said, my only real flaw with this movie is without a doubt the performances. They're not like some of the worst performances in like this year or anything, but they were overall man, which is probably like the one thing that the Saw movies have always had trouble with, or the performances. The only movies I can say in the Saw franchise that had above average performances, not Oscar but were like really to where you could really get and you were like really invested in cheering on the characters was Saw 1, 2, 3, 6, and this one to a certain extent. But I think those were the ones, Saw 1, 2, 3, and 6 were the ones where I was really invested in the character. Those where I was like, actively cheering on the victims that came out, like telling, like, you can do it, come on, make it, Jigsaw's trapped. Which was like, definitely if there was something, which I definitely say was one of the flaws I had with Saw 4, 5, and 7, which I didn't like. A lot of people hated 7. Me personally, I did not hate it. It's not my least favorite in the franchise. I would say that goes to Saw 4, 5. Only because Saw 4 and 5, I would say were probably they weren't inherently bad because if you guys did follow me on Twitter during my Halloween marathon that I'm still currently going on, that I am still, that I'm still watching, that I'm still going to because October isn't over yet, is that I gave those both Saw 4 and 5 not. But that was mostly due to the fact that I really did enjoy the traps with those movies. Like I said, to please me as a Saw fan, you really just to like get your movie like that 9 rating out of me, is really just give me some amazing traps and have a good twist ending at the end. The characters, I'd say, are not as important, but they're definitely important because, what the only Saw movies you're supposed to do is definitely sympathize with these characters that have performed, heinous action. Like, some of them have committed murder, some of them have lied, some of them have cheated, steal, all that shit. But that was like the Saw movies definitely made you feel bad for the thing while they're going through their rehabilitation. But that was about that. The characters I just didn't really give a shit about much about Saw 4 and 5. The traps were really good, and I really did enjoy the traps in Saw 5, mostly because of how clever they were with teamwork. How they, in Saw 5 they were supposed to, work together and lead them up to that final trap when they had to give up like a pint of blood. They had to get up 10 pints of blood to escape the trap. As well, and you could tell from if you rewatch it, you could tell they were supposed to work together in some of these, software. They were supposed to work together in these traps. Anyway, so that was definitely the one thing. While I do say those movies were forgettable, I still really enjoyed Saw 4 and 5 just because of the traps. And so yeah, like I said, the traps in this movie were also pretty good. Some definitely the tamest in the franchise since the first movie. There you're not seeing like bodies just just have acid going through them, or and you see just the grim details like it was in Saw 6. They're a lot more tamer, like in Saw 1, where you kind of where it's not just all in your face with the blood. The blood and the gore just pumping out, and you just see blood everywhere, and you're just sitting there just shoving, talking, be like, yeah. And so yeah, guys. Anyway, so overall, I fucking love it. If you are a fan of the Saw franchise, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys go out and see this movie, and if you can, watch it on. I don't know how this movie is in IMAX. If you guys have seen this movie out in movies, please leave it in the comment down below because I'm getting curious how the IMAX experience was for this movie. But yeah, guys. So my final verdict for Saw 8, or I should say Jigsaw, is a 10 out of 10. Definitely one of the better horror movies I've seen this year. It's not, as good as, Get Out or Stephen King's It, but it was still a fantastic movie that, excuse me, come on, that I still really fucking love. I've always been a big fan of Summer. Ever since I was 12 or 13 when I saw the first movie, I have fallen in love with this franchise, and I've loved all of them. And so yeah, now let's get to my ranking. How I would rate this movie. I would say my favorite one of all time is, of course, the first one. I really enjoyed the characters. The performances were really good in the movie. The traps were also really creative, and the psychological aspect of it was also really good. Second place goes to Saw 6. Just being, like I said, the traps were really good, the twist was really nice, as well, and the characters, I really did feel bad for the characters, and seeing, this guy's, algorithm, saying, where Jigsaw said best, that he chooses who lives or dies. He sees how his algorithm is completely, how the problems it has with that algorithm, why that it's full of problems, that you don't put in the factor of the human spirit, the human will, their fighting instinct. Okay, I made a fifth place is Saw 7, the final chapter, or Saw 3D. I didn't hate that movie like a lot of fans did, where they said like, "Oh, this is how you end your series." I didn't hate it. I mean, the characters I didn't really give a shit about. The charts were okay, but it was still a little. But it still kept my interest a lot longer than the first movie. Than 4 and 5. And the twist at the end of that movie was also really good. I did really like that twist at Saw at the end of Saw 7. And also, since it was called Saw 3D, this was like when 3D was like starting to come back and make its comeback to where it is now. It's not like the 3D. It's kind of like, it was like Piranha 3D, where it's like gimmicky as hell, or like, Ram shit just thrown right at the screen when you're watching it in 2D. Nowadays, it's just kind of hilarious to see this shit fly right at you, and you don't have 3D glasses on watching this movie in 3D. But yeah, like I said, Saw 7 was really good, and the twist at the end was also really nice. Really. Then, of course, at the last place goes to 4 and 5. And if you guys and also write in the comments, would you guys not only what your favorite Saw movies, but what is your favorite Saw trap out of all 8 of these movies? Which one of these traps is your favorite? Me personally, I'd say my favorite trap out of all of them would probably be the OG reverse bear trap. It's a classic. Well, I'd say my second place probably going to the Rack from Saw 3. Bones crunching, just lovely, just absolutely glorious. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, and as always, come back for more. See you guys next time. And also, guys, wait, right before you guys leave, remember, if you pause the video prematurely, your heart will stop. Anyway, there will not be a Dragon Ball Super review or DBZ Kai review up tomorrow. That's because Toonami actually right now is actually airing a marathon of season 5 of Samurai Jack, all 10 episodes this week. So yeah, and which by the way, if you guys have not seen Samurai Jack season 5, whether you're a fan of the series or you're like say an anime fan, I highly recommend you go watch because it is one of the best cartoons I have seen of all time. From the cartoons I've seen, like that season 5, like I did like weekly reviews for all 10 episodes when that series dropped. I loved it. I loved every single episode, and how dark it got around in season 5 was also really surprised. I really did. And like seriously, that and Avatar: The Last Airbender are like the only two cartoons that like rival most of the anime I watch. Those movies were just so good. I mean, those cartoons were just so good. So yeah, if you haven't seen Samurai Jack season 5, I highly recommend you go check it out. And you don't need to watch seasons 1 through 4 Samurai Jack to understand the plot. Yes, you'll miss out on like a couple details here and there on some characters, but overall you'll be just fine with this movie, as well as if you watch Jigsaw and you drop the series like around 3 or so. So yeah, guys, I might tune in. I might tune into this, but I'll probably, So yeah, guys. See you guys. So yeah, just giving out that quick announcement for you guys in case you were wondering if I'm doing super if there was gonna be a super review this week. There isn't. So yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Okay, I did that already. See you guys. So yeah, see you guys next time.